Well, hi folks, it's about time to start preparing my no-dig bed for winter, which, as you will see, involves absolutely no digging. It's just a matter of putting on my compost. This is my homemade compost. I haven't made a great deal, I could never manage to get much. So I've got about 100 litres of that, and I've got about 250 litres of my spent potato compost to go on. So all in all, there's probably about 350 litres, 350 to 400 litres, which will equate to about an inch of organic matter on top of the bed, which I'll just put on. And then also what I'm going to put on is some dolomite. Now that's just like a bit of a tonic really. What it is, it's calcium magnesium carbonate, so it's basically finely ground limestone with added magnesium, which is always good for your soil, good for all sorts of veg. And I'm only putting a bit on. It might look a lot, but when you spread it over like 10-15 square meters, it just equates to an ounce or two a yard. So that'll go on last, and hopefully it'll all just get washed through, and we should be right for the year. So I'll get all my pots in position and just show you how simple it is. Right then, we'll start off with my compost. I'll just try and spread a bit of this out. Just dump it out first and then give it a bit of a rake. Spread this out first and then put the old potato compost on. Like I said, I can't make that much compost. I don't know how these people make so much. I mean, I've only got weeds and bits of old veg that I managed to compost, so I'll never get that much. Got to split that one. So I'll just go and get me my rake. I did have it somewhere, I can't find it. Oh, here it is down here. There you go, Steven Spielberg's going to pass it to me. And now I'm on the new little stepping stones that can reach the whole area, which is pretty good without having to walk on it. So it couldn't be easier. Obviously if I had more compost or, you know, well rotted horse muck or something, I'd put that on as well, but just really about getting organic matter in, really, something for the worms to eat, something for the worms to take down, produce more drainage holes, and hence you get a better, you know, you seem to get really good drainage on no dig things. I was always against this no dig, thought it was just some kind of lazy hippie rubbish initially. After getting flooded out year on year after digging it over, I thought, well, I might as well give it a try. So I did that, and to be honest with you, I've not looked back. I've had the best crops ever, and it just seems to get better every year. So very little effort. I said all you have to do is this, a little bit of raking, no digging, and you seem to get good results. So for those who like to dig, fair enough. I've done it for years, but not anymore. So that's my compost spread out, dead easy. Just go and get some of this potato compost, which is just absolute rubbish stuff, spread out on top of that. This will form the bulk of the top dressing, and again it's just more and more organic matter. That's the main thing, and it acts as a mulch potato there to keep your weeds down as well, because I never get a great deal of weeds, because if you've got a good sort of inch and a half of mulch on top, pretty hard for stuff to germinate through it. Woo! Rushing through this, folks, just for circuit video. So again, dump it out and then we'll get it raked on. And then we'll get some of the dolomite on top for the sort of icing on the cake. For that, get an harvest of potatoes out of that one. That's what you want to try and get out, obviously, because they'll start to sprout. A few I've missed. Oh, my knees. So the last one of these. And again, we'll just rake it all nice and even. So as you can see, dead easy job. It's completely covering the ground with a thick layer of organic matter, as much as you can get your hands on. And basically just letting the worms do all the work for you. So if I use things like rotted horse manure that does have a few nutrients in, then could possibly even get away with not even adding any fertiliser like Charles Dowding does and people like that, but I've not got any of that. Like I said, I might try and get hold of some, but as of the moment I don't have any. So this is what we've got. Quite therapeutic as well. Another potato, that. And another. I'm nearly right up to the top of my raised bed now that I've redone it, so oh me back. Right, we'll just do this last bit. Do that and waffle a bit more. And then we'll get the old dolomite on. Got backache now. Oh dear. So like I said, there's probably 500 litres or 400 to 500 litres gone on this, which equates to about, probably say, 1.5 inches. It won't be as much as that when it gets rained on and flattens down, but still a nice layer for weed suppression. Right, that's that done. So now we'll get the dolomite and give that a sprinkle. Right then folks, now I have to get a bit of this dolomite sprinkled on. Now unlike hydrated lime, you can do this in your bare hands because it's basically just crushed up limestone powder as opposed to the really caustic hydrated lime. And it doesn't have such a great reaction with the soil either like lime can have. So it's just a matter of giving it a little dusting, like I said, not a great deal. Basically just to give it a little bit of magnesium, and because this compost is a little bit acidic, then the calcium carbonate or the limestone will help to buffer the acidity. But like I said, it won't make a great deal of difference anyway. It's just like a little bit of a tonic. I've not done it for a while. I used to do it every year, but not done it for a bit. So I'll just keep putting a little bit more. I'll just finish it off. Do this side. No need to be too fancy with it. Just a little bit of a dusting. And we'll just do this last bit round here. I'll be finishing these bits off when I've pulled my turnips up and things, so I can just do it when any of the land becomes clear. So basically this is how I prepare my no-dig bed. Probably what's taking about a quarter of an hour in total. Whereas if I was to dig this up and dig stuff into it, it'd take me best part of a day and I wouldn't be able to walk the next day. So I'm sold on this idea now, folks. It works for me, and that's all you need to do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Anyway, folks, that's 80% of this bed done now. Looks a bit silly now, covered in white powder, but just let the worms do the work, and the soil and the rain wash it in. And I won't need to touch this for about 4 months now. So that's about it, folks. No dig bed done for this year. See you later.